Hello, people, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Deep Roy Chaudhary, and I'm just a normal guy who talks about stuff that seems interesting and important to me. So today we are going to talk about the fact that we must never stop fighting for freedom. The same topic that I was talking about in my previous video. Basically, the point that I was trying to make is this: communist China, the Communist Party of China, is not going to abide by ethical norms. It is literally trying to impose atheism on its people. I have no problem if a person wants to be an atheist by himself or herself. Freedom of choice, freedom of religion, freedom to believe in any religion, or freedom to not believe in any religion at all. That is a fundamental right. I believe that is a fundamental right that should be accorded to each and every citizen around the world. So by that, of course, I am a strong supporter of secularism, and you must have freedom of religion, freedom of conscience. If you want to believe, that's fine. If you don't want to believe, that's also fine. If you want to follow any religion, as long as you are not harming anyone, you have every right to follow any religion, to follow any philosophy, or to not follow any religion, as long as you are not harming anyone, as long as you are not imposing your beliefs upon anyone else. But that's not what Communist Party of China wants. Communist Party of China is literally kind of holding people in suspicion just because someone wants to pray at a mosque, just because someone wants to pray at a Buddhist monastery, or just wants to go to a church every Sunday. Just because of this, Chinese Christians, Chinese Buddhists, Chinese Muslims, Uyghur Muslims, there are I think there are Kazakh Muslims living in China as well, I think. But they are people who are religious, who practice their religion regularly. They are held in suspicion just because of their sheer beliefs, just because they are believers in the first place. And apparently, I did not know this, but now I have come to know that the Communist Party of China demands each and every member of the Communist Party of China to be an atheist. Really? You can't be a believer in God and be a member of the Communist Party of China? Is this kind of imposition of atheism upon the people of China is just wrong. If the reverse was happening, if atheists were forcefully taken to churches, or taken to mosques, or taken to any other religious place of worship, of course that is also wrong. I'm not saying that you should force atheists to be religious. The way in the same way, you should not kill atheists just because they are atheists in the first place. Theocratic countries like Saudi Arabia basically kill anyone whoever decides to leave the religion of Islam. So of course, that is also wrong. But what the Chinese are doing is basically the atheist version of apostasy rule. Anyone who basically decides not to be an atheist, or decides to become religious, or decides to practice religion overtly, I mean, how is that even a problem? I do not even understand that. But I guess this is the Communist Party of China. They have their own ideology that they adhere to. But the point that I'm trying to make is this: the more we pander to Communist Party of China, the more empowered they will be. So, in order to make sure that the entire world can band up against China, and basically make sure that the Chinese Communist Party is held accountable for the actions, for the oppression that it is doing upon its own citizens, we have to make sure that we stop using Chinese products. It is as simple as that. The less reliant we as ordinary people would be on Chinese products and Chinese services and Chinese apps for our daily life, the less empowered China would be, and the more empowered the governments of all democratic countries will be in order to deal with China deal with China strongly. So if a country if the market share of Chinese smartphone companies in a country is more than 70%. All Chinese smartphone companies, the totality of all Chinese smartphone companies, if they make up more than 70% of the market share in a country, that in my opinion is a problem. And that is basically what has happened in India. And I would say the way the current administration in India is basically banning Chinese apps and services, and is basically basically banning Chinese apps, and is taking a strong uh, stance against China. I would say that is a welcome step. That would, if another thing would be better if we if we democratic countries, all democratic countries around the world can raise tariffs on Chinese products, on Chinese phones, on Chinese goods, or Chinese goods of any kind. So other than, if you are importing medical equipment, critical medical equipment from China, of course, if you don't want to impose tariffs on them, that's fine. But on most non-essential Chinese imports, there should be high amount of tariffs, so that people would be people can be people would be less and less dependent on Chinese imports, Chinese products, as time goes by. More on this in the next video. Until the next video, please consider liking this video, please consider sharing this video with your friends and acquaintances, and please consider subscribing to my channel. That would help me a lot. And until the next video, stay safe, goodbye, and God bless you.